Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby and have ourselves a drink.
All right, Michaela is singing, which means we are back in the lobby bar for the week of January the 26th, 2026. Brian and Michaela here with you again. And yeah, hopefully everyone out there is staying safe. The ice storm has come through Charlotte. It's still ongoing here, so we'll see how the day progresses. But how are you doing, Michaela? Are you staying warm? Or you still have power and internet,
I
I guess,
still
because
have
we're recording
power.
right now, so that's good.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I still have power. Apparently the blizzard that is 2026 is really an ice fluffle that's over all the houses, which is quite beautiful. Um, but so far, thankfully, we still have power and we're staying warm, and that's good. It's a good time for like a hot toddy, you know.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. What were you having? You were having some coffee and Frangelico at
Hmm.
Our Oscar stream. We did a live stream there for the Oscar award nominations. That's been good. That's been good. But yeah, pretty much housebound. So I've been starting to tick a few things off the list. I think I'm currently sitting at 30 movies to watch here before Oscars, which isn't too bad. It's better than I thought that I might be going into Oscars, to be completely honest. And 15 of those 30s are shorts. I haven't seen you update your movies watched yet, so I don't know. I would assume you're probably somewhere in the same neighborhood, roughly, give or take a movie or two. So
I probably have a handful more movies to watch than you do. I think you were a lot more diligent at getting some of these movies watched as we were honing in on nominations, and I was betting the odds and playing the game, and I don't know if I won that one. You probably won that one. So,
I don't know if vigilant is a word, but it should be because that's pretty good. That's pretty good. But yeah, so as we're currently housebound, right? We're blanketed under some ice. I was thinking about what should we do here this final week of mocktail month. We're doing our dry January here as per usual, and I was looking around at things that I had. So I had to come up with something with like ingredients I had on hand. There was like a
mm,
raid at the grocery stores this week, so if you didn't have ingredients, you were probably going to be hard pressed to get them. At least down here in the South, where we tend to take these things pretty seriously. But what I came up with is something that's pretty good. It's pretty easy, and it's things that generally you always have on hand. So if you want something that's going to be good for brunch, it's going to be good for like a fancier dinner kind of a thing because it's a little sparkly. It uses some orange juice, which a lot of people always have on hand, and it is called the Orange Ginger Sparkler. So into a glass, you can do some ice. You can do it straight up into like a champagne flute if you wanted to. That would be nice, but you're going to do a half a cup roughly of orange juice and then top it off with some ginger beer and a little squeeze of lime. So it's kind of like a Moscow Mule with the orange juice there. But what you're going to do is you're going to add a couple of drops of grenadine. If you have any of that on hand, it's going to turn it into this nice kind of sunset sunrise kind of effect. So little tequila sunrise adjacent, but you get some nice spice there from the ginger, and I think that that's going to pair really well with the orange juice. And like I said, these are things you have on hand. So when you can't leave your driveway because you can't get up the hill, make
mm.
an orange ginger sparkler.
There. I like this idea. I like this idea. I bet depending on the quality or the gingery forward beer that you pick, right? Because you could use a ginger ale, which would taste change this whole thing. But like if I bet the spiciness of the ginger beer goes really, really nicely with the orange.
That's what we've got mocktail wise. Yeah, and I've been getting into a couple of good things. I had a nice Manhattan last night as the rain and sleet started to set in, so that was nice. That was nice. We don't have any box office stuff really to talk about this weekend. We're recording this a day early because there were originally supposed to be some flights going on, but it looks like Mercy took the Friday. This is a new film. It stars Chris Pratt and Rebecca Ferguson. It doesn't look really all that good, but there was a lot coming out. I can't imagine that the box office is going to have a particularly big weekend with the winter storm looming large in everyone's mind. But we'll check back in on that next week and see if Avatar was able to, throw a couple more $1 million in the till. We'll see how that
Right?
goes. We do have some things coming out though, Michaela, that I think are worth mentioning here. We've got some stuff on TV, which is pretty good, but we have one motion picture that's coming out, kind of a wide release here to, get us on our way. Kick off this horror season. We have a lot of horror films coming out in February, but it really gets started here with Send Help. This is a Sam Raimi thing that stars Rachel McAdams there, where corporate boss and underling, I don't know, some sort of employee crash land on this island, kind of takes over. It reminds me a little bit, kind of in theory, of that. What was that? What was that film that was nominated for all the Oscars a couple of years
Triangle
ago.
of Sadness.
Yeah, Triangle of Sadness. It has a little bit of that vibe going, a little bit
Yeah.
more Sam Raimi, uh, terror, horror, grotesqueness to it.
Mm, yeah. Yeah, for sure. I saw the preview of this and I was like, this is going to make $1 billion because it's happening. It's like, well, we talked about this last lobby bar, I think, where there's like a slew of horror films that happen usually in this time frame, so
Hmm.
that they can be out on video or whatever by the time Halloween happens. But also, people seem to need this, so I'm actually really excited because it's gonna be really slick. I love Rachel McAdams. Everything she does is so good, and I mean, yeah, I think this is primed, and I don't know if you've looked at it there. It's very instead of like the class thing that the Triangle of Sadness did, this is much more of a I'm your boss and you're my assistant or you're my, subservient person because you work in
Hmm.
this position. So I don't know if Sam Raimi's going to be like, I don't know if his vision is just to scare us because like turnabout's fair play or if it's going to be like layered. It'll
Yeah,
be interesting.
it'll be interesting. It would be like if that movie Castaway, if Tom Hanks would have crashed with like the president of FedEx. It would have been a whole different movie.
Good,
That's
good
exactly what
point.
this is going to be like. But yeah, this looks pretty interesting. I'm actually kind of interested to see it. I don't know that I'm going to make it out to the theater to see it because again, 30 movies I have to watch in the next like 60 days or something like that. But definitely going to check it out once I'm able to at home probably. And speaking of seeing things at home, we've got a couple of things coming out. One I'm definitely looking forward to. That is season 3 of Shrinking. That is coming back to your Apple TV Plus service there. Love that show. It seems like it gets better like each season and each episode that goes, it seems like it gets a little bit better. So definitely looking forward to that. Bridgerton, something that I've not really tuned into too much. I think you watched Bridgerton some, but season 4 of that is set to start on Netflix this coming week. And then we have the Grammy Awards coming everyone's way, February 1st, which is Sunday coming up. So Grammys, those are fun to watch sometime. I don't really have a ton of interest in the Grammys. Do you have any Grammy hopes and dreams, Michaela?
I hope I remember to watch some of it.
We'll try to watch the Grammy Awards there. And Bridgerton, have you been keeping up on the world of Bridgerton? 4 seasons in now.
I think I watched halfway through season 3. I think for me, the storylines have gotten progressively like less interesting, but that's kind of how I felt about the books. I think if you love the books, it's the fourth book. It was my favorite of all of them. So I
Okay.
think that might be the fourth season. They might have skipped the fourth and moved to the fifth um, book as a season. I'm not really sure, but I'm kind of excited
Hmm.
about it. I mean, the costumes alone are great, and the cast of characters of the original cast that we keep kind of adding to over the seasons. The original cast is great. So
Hmm. Yeah, and I think this is the first season because I think they took last year off. They did that that I don't know if it's like a spin-off or like a side story kind of thing that
yeah,
they did there with what's her name? Charlotte? Is that who that is
yeah,
in
yeah.
there? I
It
don't
was Queen Charlotte and the King, and as kids, like as they kind of fall in love, it was really I like that better than the Bridgerton, to be honest.
know. Ooh, okay.
That was real good. That if you
Well,
were gonna watch any of them, that's probably the one I would tell you to watch.
that's the one to watch. Okay. Well, you heard it here first from our resident Bridgerton expert, Michaela. So, last week on the pod, we talked about 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple, which was a really good movie and a really fun chat about that. Did a fun old cocktail to go with that. The old Nick. That was fun. That was fun. This week, we were talking about the movie that you might think of when you think of a podcast that talks about movies and cocktails. We were talking about the movie Cocktail. So, look forward to that later on this week, that Tom Cruise thing. They set the world ablaze for some reason. All right, over on Patreon, we're going to be talking about the Oscar nominations, going through the 10 Best Picture nominees. We've got a hangout coming here later this month. You can check that out. It's patreon.com/drink the movies. We appreciate our patrons over there so much, and I think that is going to go ahead and wrap it up here for this lobby bar. So if you are in an area of the country, at least in the U.S. here, and you are experiencing some winter storms, stay safe, stay warm, and we'll talk
Yes.
to you next week in the lobby bar.